We're basically enabling multiple solution as part of the platform. So in traditionally, so to speak, like in order to solve this problem, I'm sure you're aware you would need either a, let's focus from growth from a traditional marketing side. You would need a marketing platform. To support the marketing platform, you would either need a data platform, which can be in the form of customer data platform or a data warehouse, so to say, or a BI platform. And then in order to power those data platform, you would need integrations, which will pull in data from different sources or integrate data from different sources and bring it together. And then if you bring in from the internal efficiency perspective and discovering your customer unmet need perspective, you would need somehow to surface this intelligence while you are having conversation with your customer. So that becomes, how are you integrated with your online banking platform, or how are you enabling your employees basically. So if you see in this whole cycle, I'm covering a multitude of different platform, and that's where how we saw the problem as a unified problem, and we're taking a different ground up approach to solve it in its totality rather than playing in one layer per se.
Hey everyone, David here with Anubhav. Today we're going to be talking about Shiftmate. It's a product built for community banking. Anubhav here started the company about a year ago, and he will tell you more about it, and we'll dive into questions right after that.
Thank you, David. Thank you for having me here. Truly excited for our conversations. Shiftmate, we're truly excited for Shiftmate, and Shiftmate is a customer growth platform which targets to give a AI Copilot for every employee of the financial institution, especially helping them uncover the unmet needs of their customers.
I like it. How did you come up with this idea? It sounds very niche. Like, how did you land here?
That's so interesting. My whole background for the last half a decade has been building software to this space, and what I realized was the software. A lot of the software that's being built is fragmented in nature. What I mean is they are built to solve a particular problem, but credit union and community banking space in general, they are smaller institutions. They have limited capabilities in terms of tech, and what they are looking are more holistic solution which helps them enable grow. Basically, growth is a key problem that they are trying to address, and which warranted a key software which is built ground up for their needs. Basically, that's how we understood and saw growth as a unified problem rather than a fragmented problem, and focused on building a ground up unified solution to address growth.
Got it. Got it. So, like, give me like an idea of how this will help community banks grow or expand their account-based marketing, or like, tell me more about like how this helps them, yeah, grow.
Yeah, that's uh, that's a great question, because we fundamentally see growth as a unified problem, which means you're growing. The answer has to be
Uh,
unified, which especially means you're not seeing growth as a fragmented problem. So you are seeing growth in multiple avenues. You're seeing growth in efficiency, because you can grow through achieving operational efficiency. You can grow through achieving uncovering unmet needs, or fattening the wallet, to so to say, and you can grow through acquisition. So the keep space is where Shiftmate comes in and creates that viral loop, which helps you cover all these three aspects of growth and grow organically. And especially knowing the fact that this space focuses a lot on relationship. Uh, so how do we enable uh, community banking space to grow organically from area of strength? Basically, is the focus.
got it. Got it. So like, is sorry, do you have like, is it one product, or are you gonna offer multiple products to the community banks? Like, how does the product break down?
It's a platform. It's a platform where we basically enabling multiple solution as part of the platform. So in traditionally, so to speak, like in order to solve this problem, I'm sure you're aware you would need either a, let's focus from growth from a traditional
Uh-huh.
marketing side. You would need a marketing
Uh-huh.
platform. To support the marketing platform, you would either need a data platform, which can be in the form of customer data platform or a data warehouse, so to say, or a BI platform. And then in order to power those data platform, you would need integrations, which will pull in data from different sources or integrate data from different sources and bring it together. And then if you bring in from the internal efficiency perspective and discovering your customer unmet need perspective, you would need somehow to surface this intelligence while you are having conversation with your customer. So that becomes, how are you integrated with your online banking platform, or how are you enabling your employees basically. So if you see in this whole cycle, I'm covering a multitude of different
Mhm.
platform, and that's where how we saw the problem as a unified problem, and we're taking a different ground up approach to solve it in its totality rather than playing in one layer per se.
Mhm. Makes sense. So, as if if I'm a customer of like one of these community banks, how would I like would this application be ever something that like I see from like my point of view, or this is strictly for the banking professionals and helping them upsell their products more, like which
It's the space is. I'm glad you asked this question. This space is very unique, and the ethos and the true motivation for the employees or institution who are playing around in the space of community banking is really different.
Uh-huh.
Where their strength area is understanding really the unmet needs of the member and or the customer and making a real financial impact. So, to answer your question shortly, in the short term, we are empowering the employees of the
Okay.
institution to have that meaningful conversation. It's like really finding that need. Like if you are in a really financially distressed scenario, like how can they come and proactively help you?
Hmm.
And eventually, in the second phase, like future MVPs of our platform, we are planning to have a customer facing aspect of it where we are planning to integrate with couple of key players in this space and surface the intelligence in a composable manner.
Got it. So, because I'm looking, like I was kind of like looking at the product on your website. So, I mean, from what I can tell, because I have a few different banks that I bank with, and they're all of them are big banks. Actually, I do have like one community bank that I'm signed up for. I don't really use it too much, but whenever I go to the big bank, like and like if I open a new a new bank account there, they always, I don't know, dump a bunch of different offers to me like, hey, sign up for this, like you can get a car business loan, you can get like a credit line for your business. And so based on the credit scoring, like I like every time I log into the bank I have different offers too. Is this kind of like what it enables the smaller banks, the smaller community banks to do? It's like it's the same kind of a principle, or
No, the fundamental principle is different. The fundamental principle is basically going in. It's actually fundamentally the principle is different and executing in a fundamentally different way.
okay.
That's where we are seeing the customer as a whole. We are not seeing this individual person or individual account. We are seeing the person as a whole and their entire household
Mhm.
information. And a lot of our recommendations are stemming from the fact of financial wellness conversation. So it doesn't necessarily has to be a
Mhm.
product, but it can be a service. It can be detecting intelligently a negative experience you might have had and coming proactively and telling, hey, David, seems like you're paying a lot of ATM fees. Can we save you some cost there?
Mhm.
Like a lot of it is basically helping the employee in the first place to become the trusted advisor.
Mhm.
And you cannot become a trusted advisor when you're recommending left, right, center. Hey, can you take this credit card? Can you take this? Like, because average customer will feel that. Hey, so that's where this whole tenet of relationship, uncovering unmet needs and being there for the in the moment of need is really important. And principally, the technology is designed around those policies.
Got it. Okay, yeah. Okay, it makes sense. So like essentially like improving customer experience, and then the process, if that improves, there's also growth opportunities through upselling them different products and stuff like that, right? If the
Yeah, Yeah, that and even negative experiences can be cannot, like, let's say you applied for a loan and you got rejected for some reason. That's not an end of relationship. That's actually an opportunity to begin and understand the person better.
Got
So
uh,
getting a holistic approach from that lens, basically.
got it, got it. Sounds good. And so you said you worked, like, how did you figure out that this was like a pain point? Like, how did you, like, when did you have this aha moment where you're like, you know what, like this makes sense to work? What was it like before AI, or like once AI came out, like you thought AI could be so helpful that now is the time to pull the plug on this, or now is the time to kind of like uh, get started working on the startup?
I think, quite honestly, the awareness of the problem was there because of, me and my co-founders. We have been building into this space, and from both sides, like building software and being consumer of the software. So awareness of some of the key problems was there. But with the advent of AI, and especially I would say generative AI and the AI tools that have popped up in the recent past, that gave us the uh, view into a technical feasibility of solving this with a smaller team, which is really powerful. Like, can this problem be solved? Yes. Traditionally, it would have required a lot of different approach and bringing through. But with AI, this becomes really possible if you're building your platform ground up native to these
Hmm.
stacks.
So, okay, you're diving into my favorite topic. You know, it's like big products, small teams. What does your team look like?
Ah, we are a team of four co-founders right
Okay.
now, focusing on building the platform at this initial stage. But we are just about to hit the phase of rapid expansion. So we're looking to have certain team members in-house, and we are also looking to partner for managed service providers where we can.
Got it. Um, Question to you. Are you looking to leverage like AI agents at all, or are you more so trusting human experience more?
It's the way we see it fundamentally is we don't see a this or that. It's a reality. It's like, this is how we're seeing this. We believe actually AI is a fundamental shift in, and a very critical. This recent time has been a very critical shift in human evolution. Like advent of electricity. If I had to go back to that point of
Right.
time, it's like, will you use a horse carriage or will you use a motor-driven, like, machine basically to take you through? It's like the answer is, it's not this versus that. It's like, what can I afford and what can I use and what am I trying to solve? These are things that will define those aspects of things. So, short answer, yes, absolutely. We are looking to leverage AI in every aspect of what we do. We have a founding principle which is AI first, where we think AI first at every approach that we are taking actually.
Got it. Are you using like any like specific like what are you currently using in terms of like AI? Like, are you using ChatGPT, or is there like some special products that you've discovered that help you build products faster?
Like I say, AI first. It's a whole stack. If you want to know my stack of AI, obviously I'm a ChatGPT Pro user and Gemini Pro user. Actually, leaning towards building Gemini Ultra. Actually, the VO. I really like the VO
Uh-huh.
models. The more I've played, I'm a heavy notebook LLM user. I use Beautiful AI for preparing slides. I use Gamma AI for preparing documents, and there's what am I missing there? There's a ton. Uh, like like it's a fundamental question is, how do I solve this? Is there an AI to solve
Yeah.
it? Like, I think believing that in the first step is a key exercise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just like it's it's interesting. Like there's like at least for us, like for marketing, I've tried all these different products, but whether I like it or not, I just kind of come back to ChatGPT. It's like the pull is just too strong. Like I have all my other stuff in there, and so ChatGPT knows my financials. It knows my voice tone. It knows my, like what my businesses do, and so yeah, I'm always looking to see if there's like something out there that's interesting. But it seems like, I don't know, like if something comes out there, like it just kind of comes up short, just because it doesn't like it takes you away from ChatGPT, but it doesn't give you the same amount of flexibility. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like sometimes like you get locked into different
It,
products, but it doesn't actually. It kind of solves the problem, but then you're like, you know what? Like I need to go back to ChatGPT to solve this output or whatever output I got from this AI tool.
Yeah, and I think it's fascinating. It's this whole space is so fascinating, so rapidly evolving. Even within ChatGPT, like in my own experience, depending on the models that you are using, the quality and the type of problems that you're trying to solve is astronomically different. Like for example, there's this deprecated model 10 Pro. I miss it uh, because it used to help solve integration complex ETL and integration mapping exercises for me, where you're mapping 300 fields from one data set to 400 fields in another data set. Those complex exercises could be done by that.
Uh-huh.
Like it depends on prompt engineering and how the amount of time you spend to
Yeah.
prep it up. But I missed like that OpenAI deprecated that. It was a component of the context window you could set in that
Yeah.
model, where it was really fascinating and interesting.
Yeah, it was like same thing for me. They got rid of one model, but I thought it was pretty good. Apparently, it was costing them a lot. Was it like 4.0 or 4.5 or something like that? I forget one of those. I used it for writing. It worked really
Mhm.
well, but yeah, they got rid of it. I don't know why. I guess it was expensive.
Maybe you can give me some suggestions around content creation. Yeah, that's a new area that I'm trying to just jump into and see what AI tools are good, like where you create content in one medium and then you can recreate it in other formats.
Yeah, so I'm testing a bunch of different ideas there. I mean, like some founders are trying to create something that may, like I don't know if that may replace what I used to use at ChatGPT. But anyways, question to you is like, so uh, how do you figure out like when to hire humans versus when to lean into AI? Like, do you have like certain kind of playbook that you follow, or what does that workflow look like?
Yeah, it's right now we are a firm believer of the concept that AI is not replacing humans or that kind of aspect of things. It's a right that's just like it'll happen. It's like human evolution. Every time we have evolved, there is some tranches of work which has been automated, but
Mhm.
there is new. It opens up a new territory of opportunity. With that belief, we are approaching that, okay, where can we leverage AI to do what we are trying to do? And when we are seeing that, okay, maybe this is early signs of we are hitting roadblocks, or we are hitting a wall and limitation, or maybe it's stopping us from focusing on more critical aspect of things. That's how we are planning our expansion. That's kind of the strategy that we have been following. Obviously, keeping in mind the key roles and jobs and description that we want to fill out, and the key areas that we want to hire within the organization.
Got it. If there was, I mean, if there was like one job, or I mean, like, I guess tell me, like, what is like one job that you hope AI kind of gets rid of? Like, you hope like AI does it instead of a human. Is there anything that comes to mind? Like, for example, have you ever hired a
Uh,
bad accountant?
I mean, personally, I don't fancy having legal conversations and legal agreement and
Yeah,
legal. Those are avenues that I would.
especially when it costs $500 an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, and then the second aspect that I would wish, like we will aspire to build that out, but avenues where customer are running into issues, and how can you have an AI that can help them? Like why have areas like in this day and age, like business disruption because of software unavailability is kind of something which we should fundamentally see
Hmm.
differently. Like, does it need to be a service request? Does it, or in the world of AI agents, is that a good area to start
Hmm.
off with?
So, okay.
Especially when you're building product
Uh-huh.
ground up.
So question to you. So you guys are an AI product. Can you tell me like what like which AI functions will like are you focused on like are like which parts of you know banking like community banking will your AI automate or replace inside their companies?
Great. So, like, if I had to start ground up, we are focusing on building AI native integrations where AI can understand the integration pattern of the source platform and start building, integrating to it
Okay.
automatically. And then once you've integrated and ingested the data within your platform to obviously have analytics, making using that's where you fall into more traditional aspect of AI, which is predictive AI and algorithms and running algorithms and getting the predictive scores and those aspect of things. Once you have predicted all of those, then comes how do you take action on the data that you have ingested. Like, does it need to, like, wherever it requires the human in the loop, how can it go be the co-pilot for the human in the loop? Wherever it doesn't require the human in the loop, which are more mundane tasks like calling, setting up meetings, sending up a follow-up, those kind of things, how can an agent work in the background? Obviously always partnering with the human in the loop to help them out. And when eventually you are having the attention of the customer, either through your digital channels or your employee driven channels, how do you enable those channels to have, which streamlines on having more meaningful conversation with the customer rather than losing time on filling up forms or filling up looking out for details, those aspect of things.
Got it. Like, what are some of the challenges that you're like running into AI as you develop your product? Like, is there anything that stands out that like frustrates you and you lose sleep over, or like is everything has been smooth sailing since you guys started building this thing?
uh, it's smooth sailing. No, as a product leader, one things that really is keeping me up at night is how do you fundamentally test your platform now? Because traditional workflows and traditional way of software testing now is being challenged in many ways when you're automating many aspect of things. How do you automate your, like, how do you fundamentally test your platform and every aspect of it and then do it in a scalable and different aspect of good aspect of testing, software
Mhm.
testing. That's something that I'm keeping an eye for and really thinking and trying to solve right from the right as we are designing platform, having the lens into it.
Got it.
And like obviously large language models are not the best to build things predictively. Plus, you are fighting when you are a AI first company and you're selling AI, you're having conversations with the customer. Okay, this is a typically a technically difficult problem. Oh, AI can do it. Like, you're doing so much AI, like it's almost being replaced with the. All right, do you have a magic wand? Can you rotate it and it'll be done? So you kind of, in many ways, drinking your own Kool-Aid at that point of time. Or, all right, how do I explain this?
Uh,
So there's a little bit of awareness that has to, like, that's obviously the industry as a whole is
uh-huh.
working on, but that's a curve that we have to cover.
Got it. So okay, you talk about like, access to the data. Like, is it easy to get access to the bank's data? Like, do you guys have some pilot customers, or like, where are you guys at right now?
We have customers. We are, but it's anybody who's worked in this space understands that it's not easy to get into banking data, let alone connecting different data sources and making sense of it. It's fundamentally we are running into some, like, I don't know, in especially in the community banking space, data is very fragmented. Like one institution doesn't necessarily see David, you as a customer. They would see you as an account, let alone them being aware that do you have an active credit card with them. Because a lot of these services are outsourced again by them to other, like what's your mortgage, like having information, latest greatest information in mortgage, like even those things becomes relatively challenging. So, and it's a component of challenging where the whole industry itself and the employees within this organization really go above and beyond to cover the data challenges that they are facing at the core.
Got it. Got it. And so, how how did like I guess like do you guys have like design like already designed paying partners, or like how do you guys how does that work? Like, are you guys engaged with a couple customers or?
Yeah. So we kind of like to start off with, we kind of like four of our co-founders have been building into this space like together within us. We have 40 plus years, 40, 50 plus years of
Oh
experience
wow.
building into this space basically. So we knew some of the problems and from different lenses, but we are also acutely aware that hey, that brings exposes us to a lot of biases that we might introduce from our side. So that's where we are having customer advisory board which are guiding us. Like we are fundamentally thinking of our customer as our partners and co-creators and asking them that hey, are these the right problems that we are solving, and is this the right problem that we are thinking about, and then partnering with them that hey, this is how we are thinking to solve, is this the right way we are solving for this.
Got it. How do are like how are like these banks, are they hesitant you know, with someone like you coming in there and using AI to change things up inside the banks? Is there a lot of resistance, or like are they excited about it? Like what's the appetite for it?
I
Yeah,
would
what's
say
the appetite for AI in community banking?
I would say surprisingly it's
Uh-huh.
high. Like a lot of team members are actually seeing this from a open arm, and they are fundamentally understanding that it's relatively difficult to replace their job because the uh, their key aspect that they are holding is the relationship aspect with the human aspect of community banking. That's a difficult thing for AI to replace. They understand that, but AI is there to augment what they are doing and free time from their day to uh, get out from busy work and do more meaningful work. So I was actually in a financial institution last
Mhm.
week, and had the same conversation, and the resounding response was, "Hey, this is coming. We know this is there. This is coming. There's no point like fighting that. Hey, this is bad, or like how do we embrace this? How do we leverage this technology and seismic shift in how technology is being built?" And use it for our leverage. So that was pretty refreshing. And obviously, you might have pockets where there might be resistance, but by and large, I would say this space is throwing open arms. And especially, you would see the number of AI startups, and that's an AI problem that's being built into the space. It tells you something.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out there. Uh, yeah, it's getting crazy.
It sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So, you mentioned you're looking to grow your team and vendors. Like, what positions are you looking to hire for? Just curious.
We are looking for definitely focusing on engineering aspect of things first. Like we are looking for a couple of head and lead engineering positions, and then we'll be looking for a couple of data scientists and basically an ETL experts and data scientists. We're looking for we're pretty clear that we are not looking for vendors but looking for
Uh-huh.
partners. The key fundamental difference there is a vendor is somebody who gives you a service, a partner is somebody who is deeper and understand and kind of has a business model which is win-win for both parties. So we have been putting lot of strength and thought process into that. That how do we design it in a fundamental way, where it's a win-win for both. I'm sure I would like to say to more into my colleagues and co-founders will have more from their avenues, but from engineering perspective and product perspective, these are roles that I'm looking upfront.
Is there like, do you have some set of requirements that, this talent that you're gonna hire, they're gonna need to they're gonna need to be sharp on certain AI products or tools, or like it doesn't matter to you, like if they have any AI experience, so long as they can learn.
AI experience is important, like how they have used it in the past is important, but most importantly, how curious are they and how fast can they learn and adapt. Like we are looking focusing on that aspect of thing way more important, especially at this point of time. Curiosity and good cultural fit is paramount for us, and then like somebody who have had a lot of experience, yes, it's a great thing, great advantage, but this whole space is evolving so fast that what was relevant yesterday might be solved by another startup for all you know.
Yeah, yeah. So someone that needs to learn fast, right? Like, I mean, do you think that?
Curious and
Yeah. And then how, like, you have like 14 members in the US, and are you looking, like, what's your thoughts about remote versus in person? Are you looking to scale in the US or like internationally? Like, what's your thoughts there?
we we're open to both avenues. We're looking for both avenues. Whatever will work out best. I personally am strong believer. Actually, all of us we are strong believer in remote and flexibility with remote work. It boils down to having the right people and trusting them and enabling them. And like if you are left worrying about if you don't have the person in front, what will they do? Then you're fundamentally fighting a different battle. And as a startup, you don't. It's very difficult to stand a chance to win against whatever you are, because it's a lot of belief driven and vision driven execution that's happening. So spend all the energy in figuring out the right person. Once you've decided, trust them, empower them, and just enjoy the
Yeah.
ride.
Have you had any experiences where, or at least like for me, like in the, like 2 weeks ago, I was trying to give some more tasks to one of our assistants, and then I have a couple of AI agent products up, and so I'm, I'm looking what to give to my to our, one of our virtual assistants, and then I look at the AI product, and I'm like, oh man, this already does this, so, and does it pretty well. So I can't give this task, and I can't give this task, and there's, not many tasks left that I can give to this person. Have you like ever found yourself in that position where you're like, well, AI does a lot of this stuff, so I don't.
That's true actually, and especially this is true for all the busy work. If I had to speak tech, a lot of integrations, mapping, a lot of things which require eyeballing and
Yeah.
comparing, where you're not applying a ton of logic per se, where you're more focused on getting like just mapping things A to A, B to B. Those are avenues where you can. I'm really seeing AI helping out really in an effective manner, and interestingly enough, where to think through to simulate certain scenarios. Let's say you have a certain problem, you want to simulate it, like what will happen if I do this, and if I continue, you want to continue through a rabbit hole. Like if you need an thought, like to somebody to like just thought through, bounce off your ideas, like what will happen, like that's where I'm seeing a lot of application of AI and leveraging AI in that aspect as well, and finding it very helpful. So it actually is cutting across two paradigm. It cutting across more intern kind of work, which
Right.
is like fresh, like it just, and more thought leadership, like thinking through like, hey, what happens if I do this? What happens if I don't do this? What is the cost of this? What if I do this and do this, and like I follow up with this, what will happen? Thinking through this complex scenarios.
Got it. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, uh, like, I mean, when you guys, As you guys build this product, like what's your like go-to market strategy? I mean, are you looking like do you have any competitors that have similar solutions, or are you the only one building this?
Yeah, that's like if I say only one, we are drinking our smoking pipe dreams in. No, there are a lot of there's a lot of players in this space and a lot of players who are solving this problem. But eventually, I believe how and what approaches and what strategies are you? It's a culmination of strategies that you're deploying together to make the differentiator, if you will. Like the whole concept of blue ocean is so rare these
Uh-huh.
days. Uh, you are in a red ocean, except that, and how what are your competitive strategies to make sure that you're differentiating either in delivering the product or building the product or solving the product or deploying the product or how what's your GTM strategy. So and it doesn't have to be one versus other. It's actually seeing the whole thing through and through and making your
Hmm.
choices.
Well, what is it, would you say, that differentiates your product from your competition?
We are fundamentally building it up, ground up, where we are solving growth as a unified problem. When I say that, we are solving it through right from integrations where you need an API gateway to bring every data point
Mhm.
together and then power it up with a customer data profile or a data warehouse, then enable have a data lake strategies where you can share your data anonymized, run machine learning algorithms where you need a lot of training data, and then enable and empower your data to take actions through either agentic AI or empower team members through your
Mhm.
Copilot. So it's a through and through stack where there's a lot of trade-off decisions that you have to make. That okay, where do I want to
Mhm.
go? Do I want to build a best-in-class enterprise service bus or API gateway, or am I solving growth as a holistic
Mhm.
problem? So that's kind of the way, that's the key way we are differentiating from other competitors that are playing in the space.
Are the other competitors, is there like anyone else that's like just recently started building this, or are they kind of old players that have been around and they could be on their way out maybe?
No, I think there are a lot of established players in this space who have grown through acquisitions and over the years, like big players. And uh, as we are building it with like in many ways respect for them, what they have solved and how they have solved, and also being cognizant of the idea that okay, there is this opportunity because AI and the technology has evolved this to this point in this day and age, and knowing for that fact that even this might shift as we grow ahead 5 years, 6 years, 7 years down the lines, or 10 years. Who knows how soon the next shift will come? But just knowing that there is a rare window of opportunity and how like going really hard and believing in what we are trying to solve and focusing on that problem.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. It's like I feel like there's a lot of startups popping up. They're kind of going after like the existing players in the market who have outdated technology and stuff like that. And it seems to be working. And I think a lot of enterprises, at least the ones that I've been talking to, seems like they're playing catch up to AI native companies, and it's frustrating because you have this big company. AI is not something like you're implementing AI instead of innovating with AI. And I think there are some advantages there that a lot of these smaller players have, except that it's I feel like it's always a little bit hard to take someone's attention away. But it sounds like you guys have some customers lined up, and I mean, the opportunity and the chance to go against maybe some of these bigger players is definitely there.
Yeah, we definitely see that as the opportunity, and like I said, it's our ability, agility with this day and age. Being small, with small, you have the advantage of like-minded people. With like-minded people, you have the
Mhm.
advantage of iterating faster and moving towards the goal faster. So all these things becomes possible. While but at the same point, we are extremely cognitive of the fact that uh, these are things that you cannot take for granted for. These are things, the importance and priority of iterating fast, importance of being flexible, being malleable as you're evolving in your journey is not something that you do in the beginning, but how do you retain that culture as you grow? And I'm sure everybody who have grown to a successful position have gone through this and somehow figured their way out
Mhm.
to achieve that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Tell me, like, what's your thoughts about like what's the future that we're looking at, like with all this AI stuff? Is there something that's kind of keeping you up at night? Like, for example, for me, like we're expecting second baby. I don't even know if like going to a university will make sense in like a few years. Like, is there something
Yeah.
that uh,
I'm a, I have, we have had a lot of these conversations, and I firmly believe I'm an optimist, and even I have a 2-year-old.
uh,
I often think about what will education mean, and what it also like stems from what should be my financial strategy to support them. In like if education is evolving, what should like traditional investment methodologies does it make sense? But I it keeps me up at night with curiosity, with when you're just so excited that hey, you can do this, this is possible, this is possible, this is possible now. Just the realm of possibility is exhilarating and really really good, and I strongly believe like it's a really good time to be in the cusp of all of this and having the opportunity to build something leveraging this cutting edge
yeah.
technology. So yeah, it keeps me up at night, but with just pure enjoyment and joy of what's coming next.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I don't have, I mean, too many questions. I think you're building an interesting product. I would love to kind of like catch up with you once, like, more companies are leveraging this to see how, how big this gets. Like, are there any specific customers that you're targeting that you're, like that are on your short list? Like, would you say, is there some community banks that are, that, you want to, if you were to hear from them, is there some names that you want to drop?
I would, yeah. I mean, there's a whole bunch, but anybody who is looking forward to reimagine their growth, and anybody who understand that, fundamentally the problem, like, who believes that they have the right team and somehow bad technology is holding them back, or somebody who sees growth as a unified thing, but execution of growth is becoming fragmented. Again, a component of technology where each of your team is executing in a different
Mhm.
way. Uh, Somebody who sees their internal friction or internal inefficiencies becoming their customer effort, we would be an excellent fit for them. And just let us know if you like help us. Let us have a quick chat with you and just see if we are a good fit, and how can we help.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And then what would be the best way for someone to get in touch with you? Is it by LinkedIn, by email?
Yeah, if you need any suggestion, you have shiftmate.ai or website. Fill in a form, or the best way, hit us up. We are a small team. We are a like we are really looking forward to solving these problems. So hit us up. We are available. We'll make sure to connect with you and get things moving forward.
Nice, very cool. And you guys got like some recent funding, right? Like a few 100,000. I was just looking at LinkedIn, and then what, like, was that from like a accelerator or like an investor?
We are a credit union service organization, so primarily our investments are coming from credit unions and community
Oh,
banks,
nice.
basically.
Oh, very
So
good.
some of our first customers are our investors. So it's a really unique and really interesting way to build software in this
Uh-huh.
space. And we are really thankful for everybody who's taken the leap of faith on us and really believing in our cause and helping us out
Nice,
here.
nice. Yeah, I mean that sounds like there's some validation there. And then you mentioned you're going to be hiring some engineers. Like how many, like, or like how many people are you looking to bring on, and like what are the specific roles?
The specific we've not pinned down the number of roles per se, but we roughly have the ideas, roughly have an idea on the space that we are looking for. Definitely, full stack engineering, where somebody who understands front end, middleware, and back end, especially somebody who is really good at middleware and back end, and being okay at the front end is like we can live with it for now. And then really good data engineer and a data scientist, data engineer combination, somebody who was really experienced in integrating enterprise software and in this ecosystem, and then expand into following by a couple of implementation engineers who are like product implementation engineers per se, focusing on automating and deploying the product as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's a
So
big team. Yeah, so sounds like we're setting up at least on our website. We're setting up a job board. So if you need to, you can post on there in our Slack community too. I'll send you an invite. But yeah, sounds good. I don't have any more questions. I think you guys are building and then like I mean to me like I've never I mean this is the first time I talked to someone who's building like a product specifically for like a very niche like community banking audience. Like that's yeah to me I think it's an interesting use case. So yeah, let's first of all I want to thank you for coming on the show here and then like I said, we'll happy to have you post your jobs and whatnot, as well as an interview on our website. And then for our listeners, Anubhav, like we'll share his LinkedIn as well as his email, and you can get in touch with him if you're looking to, or if you know someone who's looking for a product that solves a problem for community banking. Anubhav will be a good person to talk to.
absolutely, and thank you, David, for having me here, and this opportunity means a lot. And for everybody who's listening, just please feel free to reach out to me, even if you're like there's different topics that we have covered during this topic. If something gets you excited, please, I would love to learn and be curious and help you out in any endeavor you are in. Thank you,
Okay,
David.
Anubhav, we'll talk later.